What's going on, YouTube? It's James from ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Report, and I am still fucking sick. Can you believe that shit? I don't believe it. Fucking Gauntlet was back in February, and I'm still fucking sick in March. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so just to give you guys an update, I just said it in the last like 20 seconds, but I've been sick. I did a couple games, and I was gonna do the battle reports, but I lost my voice. So, like, my voice is barely coming back right now. So, lucky for you, if you guys hate me screaming, you'll be good in this battle report. I won't scream as much. I'll still I'll still raise my voice every so often. I can't help it. I'm an excited person. Just excitement. Anyways, so after the Gauntlet really rejuvenated my love for the game. The Gauntlet really pushed me towards realizing how to do list building again and wanting to try things out differently. And one of the things that really helped me find a grasp on my army was fire magic, pyro magic. Pyro magic is just an onslaught of spells, just more spells, and more damage. So that kind of got me, going. I figured something that Dan did to me way back in, I think, 8th edition, End of Times Warhammer, was a list where he would just try to bubble flaming swords and just have all these flaming arrows shooting in the air. So this is kind of where my list was headed towards in this video right here. Now this is a work in progress list. I did this video, and then the next video I have a similar list, but I have constantly evolved it. I've been playing a lot of Universal Battle games, which there's a couple of you guys who play with me consistently would know that they see me on there pretty much every day ever since probably the last 2 weeks or so, where I'm just looking for a game. But it's just to kind of refine my list. So this has elements. This video right here has elements of my list that I have currently for Adepticon. I'm kind of comfortable with my list, but at the same time I'm kind of not. But I kind of feel like that's the way the game has gone, is they don't want you feeling 100% comfortable with a 4,500 point list. They want you keep feeling like something's wrong. And I feel that. I don't feel like how my list was when I had that close combat list back in 1.1. That list I felt was awesome, and I honestly believe that was the synergy with the goblin magic, but I don't have that right now. Anyways, without further ado, I've been talking for 3 minutes. Here's my list going into this game, and it changes immediately after this game. So I got a unit of Wolf Riders here. I got a big block of 30 Orc Error Boys, 30 common orcs with bows. I believe they might have bows and spears in this version, but it didn't really matter. Over here in the back, I got 2 units of goblins, 20 goblins apiece. One's common goblins, and then one is cave goblins. The cave goblins have my wizard in it. The wizard is a level 4 of pyromancy. Baxter the pyromaniac, and then on the left, or in the middle-ish left, you can see my samurai goblin that is Bazooka the long shot. And Bazooka is my BSB. He has the Skull Splitter shotgun, my patent. And then he also has Pants Protection, which is just freaking ridiculous. I love it. It is such a cool item. Over here I got my Gargantula Spider, the Space Chicken Rock. Then over here I got the Shadow Behemoth, my giant. I have General Zod. Zod is in the middle on his chariot. And then I have a unit of Cave Trolls. And then right here, this is a new unit that I brought out for this list. I think it looks awesome. It is fucking beefy as hell. It is my Boar Boys of the Boarpocalypse without the totem. They do not have Mykonok's totem, but they do have what is General Paco. General Paco is what is it? Doom Paco. It's not General Paco. It's Doom Paco. I was coming up with a name for him the other day. How about Paco the Doombringer? How about that? There we go. Just created his name. Paco the Doombringer. Anyways, Paco has so I'm not gonna lie, guys. I know this kind of comes out of nowhere because it just like edited when I was talking about Paco. Anyways, I did the whole video I recorded the whole thing talking about exactly what happened, and right now while I was editing it, and I realized I got to this point where I was talking about Paco's weapon, apparently I hit the mute button. And after that, it didn't record one fucking thing. So here I go recording it again. Hopefully I don't get distracted very soon when the trainer walks in the door. Anyways, I'm going to try to hurry this up and make it a little bit shorter than I did last time just because I kind of know what's going to happen. Anyways, so like I said, Paco has the Axe of the Apocalypse. That unit has the War Banner, so they get an extra +1 combat res. It looks beautiful, that unit, by the way. Over here I got 2 skewers. I have Zod in front, and then for my brother, he's trying out another list himself. He's also doing a very shooty list, so he has 3 units of scraplings with bows. They're about 15 scraplings each. Over here he has the Lead Belchers, a unit of 5 of them. He has a giant block of tribesmen with I forgot what banners in there, but yeah, it's like 14 fucking tribesmen, and then he has his block of mercenary veterans. Mercenary veterans have lethal strike as well as Iron Fist and bodyguard. He does have his general in there. His general's holding the I think it's called the Hell Fist, and the Hell Fist. Let that ambulance go by. The Hell Fist has allows any scoring unit that is not insignificant to reroll their leadership test as if they had a BSB near them. So that's kind of a cool item. It does mean that he has to take Thaumaturgy, which is gonna. I think Thaumaturgy limits his army. He's okay with Thaumaturgy. He likes playing with the Hell Fist. I still think he should take Pyromancy. Pyromancy is just way too good. Over here he has his Rock Auroch, which is just a beautiful model in general. And then in the back he has his 2 Tuskers. His Tuskers have the War Banner as well. These 2 do so much just for being a unit of 2. For magic, I ended up getting Pyroclastic Flow, Cascading Fire, Immolation, and Flaming Swords. I really wanted to try out the Flaming Swords in this list. Being what it is, I probably should have took a Salvo, but Flaming Swords is still awesome. Those are my 2 favorite spells out of this whole lore: is Flaming Swords and Salvo. Salvo is just so beautiful. It's just disgusting. Over here, as you can see, this is how the table looks. I dropped everything first, so I'm going to take first turn. I put my monsters on the left side. I put the trolls kind of on the flank. One of my big issues right now, and I'm noticing it in this game, this list only sticks around for this game and one universal battle game. After this, there's a glaring flaw in my list, which is there is no combat blocks. There is no combat blocks. So it's hard to hold ranks and banners and steadfast and all that kind of crap when there's no combat blocks. The Boar Boys really don't punch enough, and this is a known fact for all Orc and Goblin players. Most Orc and Goblin players know that Boar Boys really kind of suck because there's no they just suck. Yeah, they're strength 6 on a charge for the core and strength 7 for the big ones, but they're only 1 attack apiece. They fucking swing like shit. Half these people have -1 to hit or parry or whatever, so it doesn't really matter. And you're only gonna punch in like 2 to 3 wounds if they don't fucking ward save it anyways. It's a pretty shitty unit. Anyways, on this side I put my spider, I put my giant. He does have all his shooting on the left side, which he kind of plotted out because he knew I was gonna drop first. So it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 1. Orcs and Goblins turn 1, I just push forward. I move everybody up as far as I can, really, except for the Boar Boys, because I know he's going to have to move forward to do some of his stuff. But I need my spider to just get into on his Lead Belchers and his Man-Eaters. I can't let him do his poison shots. He has 3 poison Man-Eaters, by the way, if I didn't say it earlier. They have the Poison Pistol and Accurate. Magic Phase, I got 6 Power Dice. I go ahead and I do a Ruby Ring right into his Man-Eaters. Now, his Man-Eaters are 1 block that scares the shit out of me, so I'm just going to pick at him all game with these fire spells. So Ruby Ring kills 1 guy. Make sure I'm not on mute again. Okay, I'm not. Ruby Ring kills off 1 guy. Go ahead and I do a Pyroclastic Flow. He lets it go through. I kill off a 2nd guy, which is a good start for his Man-Eaters. Over here, we're going to shoot on Shooting Phase, and I'm going to do all these 35 Orcs. 35 Orcs shooting. Now, I did move. It's going to be long range and move and shoot. So I'm going to shoot, and I end up doing 1 wound on his tribesmen. Look at that. He has 13 tribesmen. That's crazy. Now, guys, for a lot of you, you're probably wondering why I don't take War Machines. I'm going to show you in one picture. This will sum it up why I don't take War Machines. First round of shooting, double 1s. Wow. if these were kit launchers or splatters, they would have basically misfired. But since they're just skewers, they just don't do shit. And it's going to start off his turn. Turn 1, Brogre cons. Turn 1, he's going to go ahead and move up. Now, he did put the Rock Arc ass backwards because basically it's facing forward. It's just that we didn't want to break the model on the building. It's kind of like tusks were hitting the building, and I was just like, let's just not break the model. So we just turned it around. So he's moving his Tuskers up. Now that was one huge flaw I made in this list already, or not this list, in the deployment already, was nothing was protecting that flank against the Tuskers. So those goblins aren't going to do it. There's no mad gits in that unit. It's going to basically take a hit. He goes ahead, and that's about it, really. Magic Phase got 9 power dice. He goes ahead and he does the freaking attack that does D6 plus 1 wounds, hits and wounds, or strength and hits, and he throws it onto my giant, and he does 3 wounds onto my giant. Over here, he's going to start shooting his scrapplings. Scrapplings kill off 3 of my cave goblins. Over here, he's going to start shooting his guy on top of the rock auroch. They end up killing off 1 orc. I think basically for most things it was hard targets, or it was just shitty whatever. I don't know why he shot an orc. He shot an orc. Over here, the lead belcher starts shooting at my spider. They end up doing 3 wounds, but I saved 2, and he ends up only doing 1 that goes through. His poison pistol shoot at my spider. They do another wound, and it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. I'm going to go ahead and charging in the giant into the flank of his tribesman. That is a beautiful. It's a 10 on the dice, but I'm going to go ahead and call out the Wog. Hopefully get a Swift Stride. I don't remember if they get Swift Stride or not on the Giants. I think it's just greenskins alone. But charging my Zod into his tribesman, and charging the Borpocalypse into his tribesman. Now my whole goal here is just to shred them up, make them panic, and run, right? So and that's a lot. That's going to be a D6 and a D6 plus 1 and a D3 impact hit strength 5. The Apocalypse is going to be able to do like maybe 8 or 9 attacks. That thing is ridiculous. And then Zod's in there. So this is going to really kill a good chunk of tribesmen. Over here, I charge in my Space Rock into his lead belchers. He stands and shoots and does a wound. Yeah, that's about it. They all get in except for the giant. Now, I know the giant's going to die. He's going to get shot to death. He's naked, right? And the other issue is I know that if I don't break his tribesmen, Zod's going to die from a flank. So I move my trolls up, protecting the flank of Zod. I figure if he charges in with his man-eaters into the trolls should be able to hold up a good chunk of damage. In the meantime, I got to pick apart his fucking man-eaters. And that's how it looks on this side. And we're going to go to Magic. I got 7 power dice. I go ahead and I do another Ruby Ring into his man-eaters, only do 1 wound. I go ahead and I do a Pyroclastic Flow big, and I fail it, or medium, I fail it. And then I go ahead and I do Flaming Swords. It goes off. He can't stop it. Shooting Phase, these fucking war machines, check it out. They can't hit shit. They couldn't hit shit if it was standing right in front of them. These things suck balls. Yeah, they suck donkey balls. Alright, over here, these guys are going to go ahead and shoot at his Rock Auroch. They put on 2 wounds onto the Rock Auroch. These guys here are going to shoot at his Man-Eaters. They end up doing 2 wounds onto the Man-Eaters, or 1. And then Close Combat. Close Combat, he challenges with the champ. My champ accepts, and he fails to hit and wound my guy. My guy goes back, ends up doing 1 wound onto him. And then my impact hits, kills off 2 guys. My freaking guys swing away. They end up killing off, or he goes ahead and he swings. He's at initiative 4, and he ends up killing off 4 or 5 of my boar boys. I go ahead and I swing back. I kill off another man-eater, or tribesman, and he is steadfast. He has like 9 guys there against my 1 rank, and he's going to stick. He ain't going to do shit. And that really, really, really sucks. Wow. Did not expect that. I hit him with 2 warlords. 2 warlords doing like freaking 13 attacks or something like that. And I did not break that unit. Mainly because he has parry, but at the same time, I don't have ranks. If I had ranks, I won combat res by a lot. I won combat res by like 10 or something like that. But it just didn't matter because he had bodies and I didn't. Over here, Spider just destroyed the fucking lead belchers. Lead belchers just pop I try to restrain and turn towards the man-eaters, and what ends up happening is that I actually fail the restraint, and I pursue, and I go towards the board edge, which puts me in a very vulnerable spot. Turn 2, Brogre Cons. Turn 2, he's going to charge his Tuskers into my goblins. Now, I ended up using my goblins as chaff. I mean, they're 160 points or so, but I put them there just basically because I realized he's getting a little too close for my orcs. I want him to charge in. I want him to either pursue and go the wrong way, or hold him up for a turn. So I just used the goblins as redirectors. I really couldn't do much. He fails his frenzy on his giant freaking rock arc, and he's going to charge it to my wolf riders. And then, yeah, that's how it looks right there. He does take the bait. He's going to charge his man-eaters into my trolls, and everybody gets in. Okay. Magic Face got 5 power dice, and he got 5 power dice, and he goes ahead and he throws them all into Comet, and he puts the Comet down right there. That sucks. Shooting Phase is going to turn these guys around towards my spider, and he's going to shoot, and he ends up doing, I'm not kidding, he's hitting on 3s normal, 4s because he has a paired multi-shot, and then that's it. He shoots, he does 5 fucking wounds. I am not kidding, 5 fucking wounds, and he kills my spider. I did not make 1 armor save. Holy shit. Holy shit. Over here, close combat, he just fucking wipes the floor with my goblins. He realizes they're going to rally on like double 1s, so he lets them run. I don't pass the steadfast, I run. And he decides he's going to turn them towards the flank of my orcs, which puts me in a very bad spot. Over here, close combat, he just destroys my dogs. He overruns just very little, like so. And that's about it. Over here, close combat, he puts on 2 wounds from impact hits onto my trolls. My trolls basically don't... I do like a wound or 2. I didn't do much. I only did like maybe 2 wounds. But he ends up killing off 2 trolls. So he did a total of 6 wounds, a charge, a banner. I only did like 2 wounds. I whiffed. I couldn't regen for shit. Not at all. I should have been able to, but I just rolled 1s and 2s like nothing. And those trolls break. They're going to run, and he chases me down. And of course he catches me. Over here, close combat, I shred apart his unit. My champ is still fighting in the challenge, but he is still steadfast. He killed more of my boar boys. Yep, he kills pretty much all my boar boys except for my champ, who was in the challenge, and he is still steadfast. I don't even have a rank anymore, and that's how it looks. That sucks. It's going to start off my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 3 or 4 or whatever it is. So my goal here is, yeah, I can make myself into ranks against his general, but I was figuring I move my giant back there. He's going to charge in. I'll be able to, as long as he does less than 5 wounds, which is very highly unlikely, I'll be steadfast, but I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot everything I can. That was my goal right here, is if I can shoot everything I can into him right now and hopefully just destroy that unit, like to a point where all he's going to have is like a character or 2 left, that'll be great. Alright, so Magic Phase got 11 power dice. Here we go. I'm going to do a giant pyroclastic flow. I mean, a giant size one. Freaking shit ton of hits and wounds. It goes through. I only kill off 1 guy. I rolled 1s and 2s like the dickens. It sucks. I go ahead and I do a ruby ring. Kill off another guy. Now, that's good though. He only has a champ left, his general left, and his shaman. I go ahead and I do immolation. I fail it. Then I do flaming swords. I get that off. Comet comes down. Comet blows up both my war machines and kills 5 or 6 of my guys. God damn it! That fucks up my steadfast. I don't I don't panic. I'm gonna stick there. I believe I shot at him too. Excuse me. I shot at his rock arc with my flaming shots. I end up doing like another wound or 2. And then over here at close combat, I end up killing off a couple more tribesmen. But he is still steadfast on 3 guys. I still can't break him. This is stupid. He ends up killing one of my guys, actually. My champ. And it's going to start off his turn. Ogre Con turn 3, Ogre Con turn 3. Here it goes. He's going to charge into the flank. He's going to charge the rock arc. I'm going to stand and shoot with my flaming shots. I end up doing another wound. That rock arc only has 1 wound left. Now, he's going to charge in with the double charge. I already know this unit's going to die. I'm not going to be steadfast in the forest. But I just have to take it like a man. And just I was just trying to kill that rock arc. I was really testing this out. I really wanted to see how much damage I could do with flaming swords in a unit of 30-something orcs. So he gets in, and then that's how it looks. He got into charged into my PSB's unit. I did stand and shoot. I think I did another. I had to split up the wounds, so obviously I did a couple onto a shaman. I did one onto his general actually, and then one onto the champ. So his general has one wound on him, yeah. He's going to move these guys around. He's going to try to shoot at my giant. Magic phase, he tries to throw a comet. He fails it. We're going to go straight into shooting phase. He shoots his man-eaters into my giant. Holy shit. Those poison fucking bastards killed my giant. That is bullshit. That is some major donkey bullshit. How many sixes my brother can roll? Over here, close combat. Oh my god, don't even get me started. Impact hits. 3d3 strength 7 plus 2d3 strength 5 or 6. He fucking kills like legitimately 20 something, 24, or no, not 24, 14 black or orcs, not black, 14 orcs on impact hits. Is that even possible? I think that is possible, but that's how many he killed. Holy shit. I go ahead and I swing. I still have flaming swords up, and I kill his rock auroch. But then I run, because I'm not steadfast in the woods, and I run off the damn table. He fucking chases me and kills that unit down. He mows me down. Now, close combat over here. He's going to challenge, or I challenge. And I'm like, my BSB challenges, and all he has left is a champ, his general, and his wizard. His wizard's dying. His wizard only has like a wound or two left. So he's like, you know what, my general challenge, he doesn't care. He'll kill you. He's like, I'm strength 7. He has a great weapon. Now, granted, we found out that he can't have Hellfist and a great weapon after this game happened. But during this game, I allowed it. I didn't know that, I didn't really think about it too much until afterwards. Like, wait a second. But, so he goes ahead, he does his impact. D3 impact hit strength 5, right? He gets 2 wounds off. He's like, alright, strength 5. And I was like, shit. I go, what's your armor save? He goes, 3 up. I go, alright, so I have a 5 up, and then what's your ward save? He's like, a 4 up. And I was like, alright, so that's what I have. And he's like, what? And I was like, yep, and I ward save both of them. And he's just like, alright, go ahead and do your attack. So I do my attacks. I do a wound. Poison. That little bastard got a poison wound right in. And he's like, well, you're getting knocked down to strength 5. I'm like, dude, I'm only strength 4. He fails the armor, he fails the ward. He goes ahead and he swings. Now I'm parrying because I have a shield. I'm parrying, and he's like, alright, I'm hitting on 4s. He goes ahead and he swings, and he misses 3 of them. He gets like 2 of them in. And then I'm like, alright, go ahead and do your attacks. He does it. He does 2 wounds. I ward save with his own ward save. That is fucking hilarious. Holy shit. Holy shit. My BSB is a motherfucker. He is a motherfucker. I love my BSB. I am not kidding. I have revamped list after list after list after list, trying to figure out something that works comfortably for me. And I was like, well, if I take a orc BSB with this many attacks, or this on a boar, or this or this or this, and every time I come up with anything, I look at it and I go, no, I like my Goblin BSB. I honestly love my Goblin BSB. He is such an asshole. He is such a little asshole. I love him. Alright, over here, close combat. He ends up killing off like one guy here. He does a couple stomps. He attacks. He kills off a bunch more. Now, the problem is, I am not steadfast. He still has 1 rank. I do not have 2. I do have a banner. He has a banner. No, he doesn't have a banner. But he just had the charge and like, it looks like 6 or 7 wounds, and I didn't do shit. I didn't wound his wizard. I didn't kill his champ. I think I might have done 1 wound. I fail. I run. He chases. He kills my unit. That really hurts me. Losing my shaman like that really, really hurts me. Over here, close combat. I fucking finally killed this whole unit to a man with my 2 characters. Jesus fucking Christ. But guys, it's a little too late. It is just a little too late. It's gonna go ahead and start off my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 4, or his turn. I think it was his turn. Ogre Khan's turn 4. Was it Ogre Khan's turn 4? I don't know what the fuck happened. I think my turn, all I did was turn around and try to get closer to him. and then it's going to be his turn. Ogrecon turn 4. Ogrecon turn 4. He moves far as the fuck he can away from my 2 remaining characters. That's all I have, is 2 characters who have no wounds. All his guys are wounded. Look at that. Everybody's wounded. He does not want to get near me. He has the objective. He just has to stay away. He moves a pig in front of my savage guy, and yeah. Magic Phase, he got 8 power dice. He goes in and he throws a comet there, and I'm like, whatever, I really can't stop it. And it's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 5. Fucking failed a frenzy check. Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it! Failed a frenzy check. That fucking bastard's chasing a pig. Chasing a pig. I have 1 turn. I had 1 turn to try to pin him in, and holy shit, am I chasing a pig. Fucking hell, man. So he goes after the pig. Zod comes this way. I don't care if that fucking comet comes down. Now, he realizes I could charge both of his units, so he decides on his turn, Ogrecon's turn 6, or whatever this is, to move the fuck out of my range and out of my line of sight. So he does. Now, he doesn't care if he's going to get hit by a comet. He has a 2-time chance of actually sticking with that unit because he has the BSB reroll. But he decided to go take the comet versus taking Zod. And the comet comes down and it only did 1 wound. He lucked out. He didn't even kill his pig with that damn comet. Turn 6, I guess. Yeah, it's turn 6, Orcs and Goblins. I charge in. I fail. That is the end of the game, guys. Holy shit. Now, granted, I still love Zod. I still love the Doom. What did I call him? The Doom something. Shit. I forgot what I called him already. It's Paco the Doom. The Doom Lord, I think it was. I don't remember. I'll look it up back when I re-edited this. But I still love them. I think they did a great job. They're fucking just tearing up shit. But the problem is, and this is the primary problem with those characters, is there is no units to back them up. There is no. So I revamped my list. 100%. I revamped my list. I still want those 2 characters. I love all 4 characters. I like the Pyromaniac. I love the BSP with the shotgun. I love Zod. I love Paco. But I do feel like they need units to be in. So what I ended up doing, which is giant taboo. Now, first off, if you guys noticed, there was no Koopa on this list. No Koopa, because my 2 warlords were on a chariot and boar. So what I ended up doing was I ended up taking them off their mounts, which hurts because I like the mounts. I think the mounts offer a good movement, and swift stride. But I decided to put them in actual units. So Zod is now in a Black Orc unit, which you'll see in the next video, and Paco is now in a Savage Orc unit, which you'll see in my next battle reports. I felt like the Goblins did great, actually. The 2 characters, and they actually are going to take my MVP award because they just pumped out a shit ton of damages. They took that Man-Eater unit down to 1 remaining Man-Eater. 1. And almost took them all out. It's just I didn't have enough bodies to protect, to back me up. So you're going to see me beef up a Goblin unit, which is going to be fun. It's one of my favorite units right now. And honestly, I've done a lot of these games. If you guys notice, I've been playing Universal Battle every fucking day for the last 2 weeks, and it's just because I'm revamping lists over and over and over and over and over again. I'm just trying to get my list down to the point where I feel comfortable at Adepticon what I'm bringing. So there's quite a few revisions. The next game you see me play, I play against Todd, and you'll see more or less where I'm heading towards with my list. I change it even from then till now, but I haven't gotten a real game since then. So MVP is going to Bazooka and Baxter, those goblin bastards. I'm going to call them that, the goblin bastards, the bastard brothers. And I think they just do wonderful together. It was a big ogre win. I mean, he has the scenario, he has pretty much my whole army. I think it's a 20-0 no matter what. So it's okay though. I still had fun with it. And like I said, this is a kind of a practice game. I got another practice game again with my brother, and he kicked my ass again on Universal Battle. And it's just playing with my list and trying to figure it out and getting used to it with enough practice. So that's something that I've been doing more often. Besides that, I think that's about it. set the MVP. Oh, I am going to Salamanca, Spain. Let me make sure I'm not muting this again. I'm not. 1 second. Gotta answer this to work. Sorry, so bad. So I am going to Salamanca, Spain, but I am looking for some assistance because it is extremely expensive for me to get out there. You got to understand, I'm flying across the pond. It is no joke for me. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and put a GoFundMe at the bottom of my description. Guys, if you guys could help out, $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever it is. I know last year I asked for help going to Greece, and I appreciate it, but I want to put out great ETC coverage and content. I am going with Team Mexico. We are going to have a blast out there, and I'm going to make as many fucking videos as I possibly can, as many videos as my phone allows me to, until for ETC. So but I need help getting out there. It's not going to be easy for me. Anyways, so if you guys could donate, I know a lot of people last year were like, oh, I know it's not much, but here's a couple bucks. But you know what? Those couple bucks really do help out. So anything helps, guys. Besides that, Adepticon's coming up soon. I can't wait to actually get some real games under my belt with my list that I have now. I actually ordered a shit ton of goblins. Because I know I have cave goblins painted, but I don't feel like being that cheeky bastard who's like, those cave goblins are common goblins. I have to have a different model for common goblins versus cave goblins, just the way I roll. So besides that, I think I do like those characters. I think those characters are ridiculously good, Zod and Paco. But I ran into a scenario the next game I played at Universal Battle where the guy looks at my list and he goes, is this list even competitive? And I was like, yeah, it's competitive, blah, blah, blah. And he wiped the floor with me by round 2. And it's not that saying that had anything to do with his play style or my play style. It's just that the characters on units like that, especially Savage Paco, he just started overrunning the wrong direction, and basically that's all that happens. And then Zod was able to be singled out since he's on a chariot, which basically changes how the game's played. So it sucks to say, but I had to take him out of being that easy to handle, especially since there's so much point investment in them. Sucks that I don't have Koopa, but at the same time, Koopa has not been performing well in this set of rules. And so I have some different answers for that. I have different characters that I created, and you'll see that in probably like 2 to 3 videos from now. Anyways, guys, I've been talking a lot. This is the second time I did this battle report, so I'm sorry that it's I kind of cut it short. At the same time, I kind of am still sick, so my voice is gone. Anyways, guys, I will see you next time around. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care. Peace. And I believe on Sunday I'm doing a video with Ben from ChiHammer and the guy from Green Dragon Gaming, Green Dragon something. I don't know. I think it's Green Dragon Gaming. But we're doing a video on Sunday, so check that out. I believe we're going to do it on his channel, though, on Green Dragon's channel, just because my internet sucks. If you guys watch my video with Tremendous and Blondebeard, you can see how bad my internet sucks. Anyways, guys, I hope to see you guys next time. Take care, and peace. Leave some comments and feedback. I always appreciate it, and I'm out.